Good morning, good morning. How is everyone? Raring to go after the charts pump. Copy. I'm just getting this screen set up. 2 seconds, guys. How is everyone? Oh, why is my chat not working? Come on, chat. We haven't changed anything, come on. Okay. We're on. MT4 is on. Let's get the chat up and running, and then we'll do a top down and see what we can catch today. Good morning, Drift. How are you doing? I'm trying to get my chat box up. Honestly, I don't. It does my head in. I don't know why it's not working. I haven't changed anything. Chat is visible. Come on. I'm getting my new office soon, guys, so everything will be top notch. I'm good, Drift. Cheers, mate. Did you have a good weekend? What do you do on the weekend, Drift? Do you just chill? Do you game? Do you go out drinking? What do you do? I really don't know why. Remove. Chat. Width 400. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this chat, guys, fortunately. Okay, hopefully it'll just appear, but we'll see. I'll keep it up on here so I can keep tabs of the chat. Okay, let's do a top down because we've just had an hour breakout. Okay, so let's go straight into a top down. So welcome if you're watching on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Right, let's do a quick top down now. The way gold closed the other day. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, my cars Sunday too. My boys play football, do they? Sunday's fun. Yeah, I used to like to missing the football. He's gone off a bit football at the minute. He's getting into boxing. He's starting boxing on Monday. Today actually, tonight. But yeah, he was a good player. It's class watching the kids play football, isn't it? Okay, so monthly, guys. That is the range we're in on the monthly. Still, believe it or not. Even though we're massively bullish, because the monthly hasn't broke out yet. Yeah, it's got a top wick, it's got a bottom wick. It's just closed bullish, but still hasn't closed above 2064. Now the issue we've got is the next one. We don't know if we're going to carry on until this monthly closes. But we've got to wait 25 days, 26 days for it to close. So it's going to be a tricky month, I won't lie to you, because it's going to be tricky until we start pulling back on this monthly, if it's going to pull back. Now, really, I'm going to start introducing a new pair, I think, because if we get a bullish close on the monthly up here, then the new monthly technically should go pull back, carry on. But I don't know where it's going because we've got no previous day, so I'll have to start introducing a new pair. But at the minute, you know, we're still in this range. We haven't done anything on the monthly. However, looking at the weekly has broke out of its range, because that's the weekly range there. And it's broke out now. So technically what should happen with this weekly, you should get a bottom wick, and then it should flip to the upside to come and fill the range. Now the issue we've got is The only range we've got is this. That's all we've got. We've got nothing else. Okay, so that's the obvious target for the weekly to push to, if it's going to do that. Or are we going to get a fake out? Email pools. And about a Hartlepool to play for them. My boy play football. Alright, that's good, yeah. Good that man. So the weekly. Oh, that's good that, mate. Get them in there, man. Get them in there. So the weekly is bullish, but we need a bottom wick. We can't do anything for buys unless I get a bottom wick on the weekly. But the weekly should be coming to fill the range at 20.47. Now, if we say this is our target, the daily has now broke out also, because the daily is that. It's going to be a tricky day today because the daily needs a steeper bottom wick. I really want to get this week daily close like that tonight. That's what I want to see. I don't want to carry on pushing. I want to get a daily close below so then we can start coming back down to fill these ranges. But if we're looking at this, the daily should end up bullish, but it needs a bottom wick tapping at least 20.76. So the 4 hour, knowing that we need a bottom wick, this would be our target for sells coming down. What's this here? What's this actually? Let me have a look at this. Okay, so there is a little range here on the 4 hour, which we filled it. It's how is this 4 gonna go? If this 4 taps and rejects, oi, get down, oi. I don't know if this 4 is gonna close like this or it's gonna flip bearish. Don't know. Let's have a look at the hour. The hour's got, so the 3 hours got no bottom wick. The 2 hours got no bottom wick. The 1 hour's closed bullish, still no bottom wick. Now you've got no top wick. I think what I would like to see is I'd like to see a bearish hour close and then a top wick for a wing back sell back down for the daily to come and create a steeper bottom wick. Or I'm just thinking if we got a 4 hour, everything's broke out apart from the hour stops because the hour's close respecting. So there's the hour range there. What are you gonna do, gold? I'd need an hour close below this. And then I'd need a top wick to take sellers back down. And the advantage point is the wick on this hour, because it needs to come back down to create a wick for that hour. So if that's the case, what do we need to see? What do I need to see here? Oh, if I got a 15 close below here, what would that mean? So this is the issue when you've got all-time highs like this, or you're getting there. You haven't got much data to go off, so the probabilities become a lot less, and it makes it really difficult because we don't know what price is going to do now. It's not very good. So we do know there's a minor range at 2084. Could we see a push to 2084? I'd probably, I'd probably need to see a 1 hour close back below 2085. If we got that 1 hour close back below, then what would I need to see? I would then need to see a top wick breaking the highs, and then I'd take sell stops down. But I wouldn't take a wing back sell, because this could just be price carrying on pushing. I'd take sell stops back down. I'm trying to see if we can get in though a bit more aggressively, because it might mean we have to trade a bit more aggressively. Morning, Vin. No top wick on the 5. Is probably the only thing we've got going on really. What are we gonna do? Because if the daily, so the daily's got a bottom wick, but for me that's not a big enough bottom wick. It hasn't even tapped previous support at 2077 yet. So I do feel you're gonna have to give us a steeper bottom wick. But how high is it gonna push up first? That's the thing. Now it looks like we've tested the previous wick. Did we break the highs? I don't think we broke the highs, but we tested the wick. So if we can get this daily to flip, and I think the 15, if the 15 can close below here and we get a top wick, we could potentially sell down to, but it is more aggressive, more of an aggressive move. Okay, probably just gather our 10. But it's whether this 15 is going to close below that. I don't know if this 15 is going to close below, because then what would that be? That would be the 30. First 15 of the 30. Do we need to push higher? Now, is the 30 going to push back up? Can we not take a wing back sell from 2087 off the 30? We probably could. We probably could. But that could be the hour flipping, so it might not work there. Because that would be, the hour's got 47 minutes left. So if this 30 closes bearish and then the new 30 then pushes up for a top wick, that's technically the hour flipping bullish. But we haven't came, if we can do that without tapping 2085, then potentially, yeah, wing back sell from 2087. But it is riskier because we're very bullish. We would need the forward to close respecting, but what we're saying is the forward's still down here. The daily needs a steeper bottom wick. So if we can catch the flip, you've got no bottom wicks on these. So if this 15 can come back up, now stops, what would stops? Stops are going to be tricky here. This will be a case of if we haven't, if we're not going to respect this area, we're going. So you literally might as well have stops like above here. 34 pips, because if you go above that, There's no other range to go off. I don't know where it's going. I don't know how far it's going at that point. Dream. So could we do that? 1 minute. Can we get up for a top wick? 2087, which would be off the 30. It's whether this 15 can pull back for us, because ideally we should wait for the hour to close below and then a top wick. But I want this as an advantage point, because this hour's got no top wick. So 15 closing now. So let's see what this 15 does. If this 15 can come up, create a top wick for us. It might only create a top wick here, then reject and come back down. This is not on yet, right? Because I need the 30 to close bearish. What was a crap latte there? Now if this 15 can come up, create a high, we potentially get sell stops underneath. Because that would be the 30 coming back down. We need a steep bottom wick for the 30. Come on everybody. There's the flip. So that means the 30 is going to close. We sort of don't want this to come and tap 2088 really. There's 8. Because if it does, that means the hours came to tap its previous range. That means this hour could flip at any point. If it does come and tap, we're probably going to have to wait until the hour closes, and then we get a top wick to come back below. Let's see. What is this 15 gonna do? The 5, what's the 5 doing? The 5 should be coming through to 2085. It's create a top wick for this one now. See what I mean? Every time you get no top wick or bottom, price will eventually come back. Look at that. It's whether this 5's gonna drive down. Looks like it is. What do we want to see? We saw, yeah, there you go. We need the 30 to calm its tits. We need the 30 to pull back. We did get a 15 bearish close, but I mean it hasn't broke below anything, so we can't really take anything from that. We just close like this. This is what I'm trying to get. If we can get back up, so if the 15 can close like this, 2086, and then we get some bullish closures, we can tap. We can even just coming back down to fill the range. Even coming back down to fill this range, we could grab, really. If we do come and tap 2084, we can maybe move the wing back sell to 2087. But we've got to understand, at any point we can flip to the upside at any point. But the reason I can't really take buys because We got such a big push. I don't know where the next range is. Because obviously, you know, we haven't got much data to go off. 15 came all the way through. This 15's coming all the way through, it looks like. Tap back up. You little bugger. You little bugger. Look at it coming through now. So we might get something like this. And then a 15. If we get a top wick. The issue we've got there, we haven't got enough range. We haven't got enough range to come down. We need this 30 not to tap 2084 and then get a top wick. In 10 minutes, but it looks like it's gonna. We've still got 3 5-minute candles left. 30 closed below and then a pullback. This 30 actually tapped it, so could we, even if we get the 30 closed below, could we get a pullback, wing back sell from 2087? That's all we've got for data. What is that? 50 pips, that'll do. $6.5. We've got to wait for this 30 to close, guys. Even if this 30 taps it, it's not an issue. We'll see if this 30 can tap it and see if we can pull back and look for a wing back sell from 1987 or sell stops below. I'll be back in a second. We've got 8 minutes to wait. There's nothing we can do really. We sort of, I'm trying to get us a move on a smaller time frame, but might be tricky. I think we need to do it for the week to settle, but we'll see. We'll see what we can grab. Okay, I'll be back in a second. We're looking, oh my god, it's bombing down. Okay. Because is this just the hourly coming to create a bottom wick in order to flip to the upside? So I would need the next 30 ranges here. Where are you gonna go? 30. This is tricky. Because twice it happens. It either rejects. You've got a potential area here. Rejects from here. Then comes back up. Gives us a top wick. And then it comes through. Or are we just going to completely disregard the rejection and just close and come straight through? I really don't know, guys. The 15, what's the 15 doing? We need a top wick. 15. 5's closed with no bottom wick, okay. Completely disregarded that zone of 5. No bottom wick. 30's going to close in 4 minutes. We need this 5 to calm. We need a top wick on this 30. I'm trying to see if we can just get a wing back sell from 2086 off the 30, but we just got to be careful because that could be the hourly flipping. It really just flies through this range, it looks like. Apart from these areas. Where's this 30 going to close? Because are we going to get something like this? Bearish close, top wick. We need a top wick on the 30 really. For sell stops underneath. I wanted this 30 to close up here because now we might not get. What's the 4? Ah, it's coming to create a bottom wick for it. That was our advantage point, this here. If this 30 can pull back, as soon as I said that, we might have to wait for the hour now, guys. Unless this 30 doesn't create a bottom wick for this, and the next 30 can pull back. I can't see any other day what this looks like. This is why it's really difficult. We're basically sort of guessing what might happen from experience of how candles move. Oh shit. I'm just hoping the lower time frames can print me something nice. So 30-minute close in 1 minute 38. The thing is now, because we've had such a big push on the 30, I'm not sure we're going to get all the way back to 2087. I think we might just, because we only need to come and tap 2086 now. So I'm thinking we might just tap 2086. Because if we close, this is the only thing I can see where the 30 would close in around this area. Or this one. But this 30 had already came and tapped 2081. So are we going to pull back now then and break the highs? This is the thing. Before coming down. We're going to have to wait for a top wick. Now if the 30 can open up without a top wick and pop down to 2081 or even 2082, what's this here? See where this 30 pulls back to. Ooh, this is nice. It's a nice pullback. Okay, can we get up to it? That's not bad. See, the 30's now closed back into the range. Therefore, it should be coming to fill the range at 2082. If we can get a top wick, tapping at least 2086, we can get sell stops underneath. Or we'll take a wing back sell from 2087. Yeah. Yes, we can. But we need price to pull back first. It should do because the 5s have 30 close. This would be perfect, this wing back sell area, 1980, 2087. So we need to pull back to at least 2086 for sell stops. The issue we've got, this is not much of a range, this. The new advantage point would have to be further down. Oh, come on, man. Give us a break. We're getting a wick fill already. I can't do now unless I get a top wick here. I mean, worst case, we'll take the hour. If the hour closes below, we get a top wick. But we've got 30 minutes to wait on the hour. Where's the 15 close? The 15's closed, respecting a minor level. So can this 15 flip? There's literally not much going on, guys, because we haven't got much to go off. It's just whether this 3 is going to flip to the downside, but the 3's broke out, so even that's risky, really. Oh, come on, chill out. It might be a case of waiting today, guys, to see how the daily's going to close. It'd be a lot better if this daily can manage to close below 2077. It should be fairly straightforward. At least then we've got from here probably down to here to fill on the daily. But I'm going to give it, I'll probably give it till 9:30, see how we get on, see if we can grab something. We're just got to be a bit more aggressive. See, the 4 now, technically we could get a sell stop off the 4, because the 4, what has the 4 done? So the 4 is respecting the minor support of 2081, the previous 4, and we haven't came to tap 2077. So could we not just get a sell stop underneath the 4 to come and tap 2077? Because that should tap 2077, because that's the daily flip for a steeper bottom wick. So is that something we can do, or do we need to break the highs again before doing that? Well, if that's the case, can't we just take an hour? This was our advantage point here. We knew price had to come back down to here 2083 because there's no bottom wick there. So I was hoping the 30 could have pulled back so we could have got in to come down. That was our advantage point. Frustrated. Where is that 4? So let me just mark this up. That's the 4 then. So what if we just took a 15 below there? That's 17 pips. See, the hour hasn't closed bearish yet. We need an hour close on the bearish candle. And that should initiate the 4 to flip. If the 4 is going to flip, because it could just be an hour fake out. But we've still got 24 minutes left to wait here. So we're just waiting, guys, really. Unfortunately, just there's nothing we can really do. Na, 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 na. If we get in our claws, we could. I'm thinking we maybe could just market execute. We might not need much of a top wick because the 4 would be looking to flip. Depends on where this hour closes, really. If you close below, we just need a top wick previous support, but previous support's only small. That's why I'm thinking we could market execute. If stops in a safe place, if it comes up there, it means the daily's pushing further, and you don't know where it's going at that point. You don't want to be in the charts, really. You'd have to wait for it all to settle down and come back down. But if I can get an hour close and then maybe a top wick tapping 2086, we could get sell stops underneath. I'd really want, if this hourly doesn't come down, to create a bottom wick for this candle. That would be better, because that would be our advantage point. So that's the next range there. So what we might get is closures respecting, and then you got a fake out of the 15, came back up, tapped 2086, and then that's when we push through. So could we get something like that? So we come down, we mess about for a bit, then we get a fake out. Then we come all the way back up, tap to then come back down. So if that's the case, if the 15s do close around here, that's when we can get wing back sells from 2086. But we've got to get that hourly close below, basically. We need the hourly close below 2086, because that's a, then you've had a fake out then back in. We should get a top wick to then flip to the downside. But we don't want this coming to fill the range, that's the thing. I don't know why I keep going back, there's not much to look at. Down, back up. It's going to be interesting how this hour closes, because these close quite high up, where this hour, all these hours close like this. Look. So if the hour closes respecting, that means we're likely going to come back up to 2087 at least, or 2090. But that's dodgy because everything's bullish. So if you're flipping like that, you're probably thinking you're going to be pushing. Where's this hour going to close? If the hour closes anywhere below, then we can look at entries from 2085 for a wing back sell, or sell stops underneath. Let's see what this 15. What's the 15 doing? We could just be messing about like this here. We sort of trickle down. So we're going to wait for this hour to close, guys. We're close, like, we're close. Hopefully we can catch something. Come on, the hour. 15's closed bearish. Another 15 bearish close. Looks like we might be trickling down here. Can't do anything without a top wick. Okay, is this 15 gonna break the lows and push? Because is the 4 basically we're trying to get the 4 out to flip if it's gonna flip. I mean, we've got loads of range to come back down. It's just whether we can catch this. Top wicket. Come on, chill. 15's broke the lows. 15 has broke the lows. Is the 15 going to drive? What is this? KD. Okay, we've got a bottom wick on this hour now. We were hoping to bring that down, but there's no way we can get in really. I mean, maybe that 15. Alright, these tunes are annoying me. So what can we do? Now ideally we want a hour close below 2083, then we can get wing back sells from 2085. That would be the 4 pushing back bullish thoughts. Whether this 4 is going to flip to the downside. Nine minutes for a close, guys. 9 minutes. So what have we got? Let's go over it again. So the 4 is not closed yet. The 4 is bullish, but it was respecting this minor support. So is the 4 going to flip to the downside? Well, we know the daily probably needs a steeper bottom wick to 2077. So if it is going to flip, it should push to 2077. Or is this, are we going to get a bullish forward close and then we get a bearish forward close? If that's the case, how are we going to break the highs again? I mean, look at that 3 now, it looks lovely. But the 3's broke into the next range. Well, actually, there's no range there, so I don't know if it's broke or it just hasn't filled the range on the 3. Dun, dun. 2's heavily bullish, but filled the range. Are we going to come back up? That's the question. As long as we don't tap 2081, if we get an hour close like this, we should be coming back down to 2081 at least. Therefore, if we can get a top wick, does make it very difficult when you haven't got much data to go off. My mouse is going slow. I don't think we can do some battery. As this 4 is going to flip. It's all on this hour really. If the hour closes below, I mean, we're technically in a clean traffic range all the way down to 2077, but the 4 is still bullish, mind. And you've still got another hour, but towards the 4, how far is the 4? So let's say the 4 is going to close bullish. You've got another support here, so it's probably going to close here and then come back down if it's going to do that. So if that's the case, so if the 4 is going to close bullish, it's going to close something like that, because that's the next range to fill. And the new one doesn't actually come up that much. It just comes back. Oh wait there, what's this? Oh, that's come from all the way down. That was news though, wasn't it? Was it news? 2 o'clock, yeah. So that was news. But if we look at the next 4, comes up to tap 2090. So our stops that really should be in a safe place, because the new 4 then could just tap, then flip and come back into the range. So if we did take a buy off the hour, and if we do go into drawdown, we should still be safe. We can look at a second entry at maybe 2088. Because this can also drive, because it's quite a clean range below, if the hour closes below. So if this hour closes like this, we get a top wick, we maybe get sell stops underneath. We just need an hour. I would prefer an hour close below this 2083. Four minutes for a close on the hour. Now I'm thinking with the hour though, I mean, it could just open up and bomb straight down. That's the thing, because it's going back into this range, this clean traffic range. So look, you come straight through, but the issue we've got is you've created a new ranges here. New ranges. So I would imagine there's a minor range here where you've rejected from, came back up. But other than that, you should be coming through to 2080. So it just means the newer might open up and push straight down. So I'm thinking we're going to have to tap 2082. So can we not just market execute? 12 pips. Because we're likely, I just don't like how it's created that top wick, that bottom wick for this. Now I really wanted that as that advantage point. So if we hadn't done it, it was more likely, and then we got a pullback, it was more likely we're going to flip to create a bottom wick for this. Now if this hour can pull back first with no bottom wick, that would be fantastic. Pull back, we could look at a wing back sell from 2085 to then flip, come and fill the range at least. What's a 5 done? Oh, the 5's all broke out. This 5's probably going to flip. Come on, hour. Calm down. I don't like this hour. We can get a pullback to there. We can get sell stops on underneath the low. Our advantage would be this. It's not on yet, right? But we would be looking at something like this. Honestly, you could probably target all of this, but it's whether you're going to get that. 2077 would be the one, really. Okay, how's this going to open? But I need a pullback. I need a pullback to here. Oh, the 5's closed. If the 5 closes bearish, it's likely the new hour's going to open up and just pull back down. Come on, the hour, pull back for us. Jeez. Stand by, guys. Lock it in. Lock it. Five seconds. We need this to close bullish. There we go. There we go, that's nice. Okay, hour close. Now, can we just pull back up? Come on, little pullback. Don't be going yet. I don't think this is quite enough for us as well. Right, okay, I'm going to get a sell stop underneath the low for now. Sell stop. Because if we do come and break the lows again, I would imagine we're going to drive through. That would be the hour flipping. I know it hasn't actually tapped our zone yet. However, the reason why I've got my sell stops below here, because we haven't tapped the zone. If we tap this zone at 2084, then we can move sell stops to below the hour. Right? Our risk free is the 2082, because you should come to that anyway. Now, if we push up, could we see 2085 tapped? Because we've had an hour close now. We haven't actually filled the range. The 30 should be coming down. Come on, get up there. And the reason why I haven't put it underneath yet, because we haven't had much of a pullback. It might take us back up. And I don't want to get caught out on the 5. So the new 5 might just come down, break the previous low, and then flip. But other than that, we should be coming to 2082, really. Five's closed back in. Now, we've got two areas for wingback sells, really. We've got an area here at 2086. Let me see what this is. $30 close below. How far did this 30 close? Right down. See, we closed right down here, haven't we? Well, there's the push. There's the push. So with the 30 closed now, where can we get this pullback? This pullback area is at 2086. Because we've closed lower, don't know whether we're going to pull that far back. Okay, I'm going to move stops. I'm going to move my sell stop to the low. So if this does flip, let me just have a look at this 5 though. So if this does flip now, we should be good to drive back down to fill the range. It's whether we're going to do that. There's an area here where you might push to 2084, and then come through. It's basically just an hour breakout, this. But I don't know whether we're going to go deep into drawdown if we get activated. Because this 5 hasn't closed yet. Might just... How's this 5 closed? Okay, we closed back in. We've actually closed bullish. This 5 might activate us here. you know what, we might have to move. I don't want to get caught with spread on here. Spread might catch us here. No top wick. So this hour can flip and drive. I would prefer the 5s to come back up when we take a wing back sell from around these levels. But it might not, you see, because the 4, it's whether this 4 is going to flip to the downside. I don't know if it's going to, because the previous 4 is bullish. So it might not, but this 4 might come and close respecting 2088. And then the new 4 is the one that comes back down. That would make a bit more sense. We haven't even brought the highs, really. But the 3's got no bottom wick. So I would think we're probably going to have to get activated on the 3. Do you know what? Do we just... One. Okay, there's price. How far are we going to pull back? That's a question. Don't know whether I'm going to take a wing back sell. Whether this hour's going to flip. Oh, this 15. Now, if this 15 doesn't flip, what does that mean? This is, we have to go risk free here, guys, unfortunately, if we get activated. To be honest, it's worth it. Oh, that was a nice drop. What was that? 5, bit of a rejection. 2084. Are we going to come back down now? Is this the hour going to flip? It just means whether the hour is going to close down at 2082, and then we get a bullish hour close, which comes all the way back to 2086. And then the new hours start coming through. This is literally, guys, this is the only range we've got to go off this. The other 2 ranges fly straight through. And this is what I don't like about all-time highs. You haven't got much data to go off. So it's tricky. Just whether this hour is going to flip to the downside or whether we're going to come back up. It's all on the 4, really. It's how the 4 is going to close. But remember, even if we got activated and went into drawdown, that the 4 tends to do that. Close respecting here and then tap 2090 and flip to come down. And that should be the one that comes back down for us. But that's whether the daily is going to create a steeper bottom wick. It might not want to create a steeper bottom wick. I might want to keep driving. This is the thing. I don't know what the daily and that's going to do. All I know is the 3's not got no bottom wick. We've had a fake out on the hour now. This whole move was a fake out back in. You broke out above and now you've broke back into the range. I would really like if this forward does flip though, you know, it's going to do it on this hour. Otherwise the 4 is going to be bullish. So we really need to push on this hour. Really. This hour needs to flip and pull back down. Now where do we want the 4 to close? Well, ideally we want the 4 closing respecting 2082. Right, because... oh no we don't. Where do we need the 4 closing? Can't even see now. We basically need the 4 to close doji or flip bearish, but it's whether it's going to do it on that hour, because we would need it to. We would need this hour. We would need this hour to flip and close below here, like that. This hour has to look like this, and then that means the 4 has actually closed doji. That means the new 4 might do something like top wick and then flip to come back down to the downside. Is it going to do that? Unfortunately, we've got to go risk free here because this is an area where we can reject from. And if we do reject from being at the last hour, it means then the 4 is going to close bullish. That means we're going to come back up. So we'll be looking at this for... oh, I think I'm activated. I am on. I am. We are activated. So we've got sells on this. Let's see if we can just break the lows and push straight down. See if we can get straight through. Now it might mess about as well, but obviously we don't want it to mess out because we don't want the 4 to close bullish. There's an area around 2082.92 where you can reject from to come back up for another top wick. But it's whether you're going to do that. We need a 5 bearish close, ideally below this mess to drive straight down. Well, this is just off an hour breakout. This really, it's just an hour breakout. That's all it is. Can we come straight down? Or is this just the hour creating a bottom wick? You could just watch it on the hour if you want to drown out the noise. What was the stops? 2090.
Morning, Pete.
Good morning, Dan. How are you doing?
Not too bad, mate. Have a good weekend?
Yeah, nice and chilled, mate. Nice and chill. What about you? Did you have a good one?
Not too bad. Didn't do much. Yeah. As well. So
sometimes it's good just to chill, though, isn't it?
It is. Do a lot of that these days.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to chill. We're in a trade. We've just been activated on an hour flip. We're basically saying that the hour's had a fake out back into the range, so the hour should come. But round this, it's a riskier trade, mate, because we haven't got much data to go off. But I know. But we should come and tap 2082, even if the forward closes bullish. We should get a pullback to tap before flipping. But that's if we don't drive back up now. Oh God, you're back. We just went on if we get a 5-minute close bearish, which we've just had, we should get a 5-minute wick fill now. So hopefully that'll be the one that pushes through. So we've had a 5-minute bearish close, so we should get a 5-minute wick fill of this, and if we just close back below 2083, that should be the one that pushes through, unless we're going to come up.
Did you get any of the movements up?
Nah, did you?
Nah.
I was busy.
Well, I was watching it going all the way up though.
Yeah, I know. Mad, mate. I'm a bit gutted really that's up there, because it just makes it a lot more difficult. I said at the start of the stream I'm going to introduce another pair. I'm going to have to really, because if we keep pushing these highs, it makes it very difficult. You're taking riskier trades. I don't like taking riskier trades.
Yeah.
You know. These are that 5-minute wick fill, you guys. Yeah, I know. I wasn't, mate. I was hoping that we'd close below, but now the monthly's closed bullish, but it still hasn't broke out, so it makes it even more difficult because we're now bullish on the monthly, but we haven't broke above. We haven't broke out, so it's like we need to wait another month to see what this monthly's going to do. So, but
well, hopefully this month decides it wants to come back down again.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to take more aggressive trades on lower time frames. That's what I've sort of done here. That's what we've had to do here. We're trying to work out if the 4 is going to flip. If it's not going to flip, the 4 is going to close bullish, but probably respecting 2088, and then we're going to start coming back down. Because the daily needs a steeper bottom wick to 2077, I would think. But the 3 hours got no bottom wick. It's just this hour's coming to test the lows again, so it's a few times it's coming to test the lows. So can we just drive down? But yeah, I don't like when prices like this high. I don't like it. What do you think the match of the day, Dan? Did you watch it?
Yeah, it did.
It's good, wasn't it?
Back to normal stream as well, where it was just every time we scored, it was like, nah, I'm not going to show you.
How was it? Oh, man, I never have that problem.
Fantastic. And well, it's strange. It really is strange this season because, like you say, you don't know what Newcastle's going to turn up.
It's how they turn up, isn't it?
Well, that's it. And like I say, you know, the last couple of games, I know one of them was Arsenal, and it's always going to be difficult. But home, you know, I don't think we would have conceded that many. But
yeah,
and watching the Blackburn game, we were.
I know.
Then this one, it was back to the Newcastle we knew from last season, I think.
It's always tricky FA Cup games because the other teams, they're proper up for it, and I'm a firm believer any team can beat any team on the day. And that's why FA Cup games are always hard. Here we are, guys. We're pushing now. We're pushing. Can we pop down? Can we pop? We get a 5-minute close. It should be a straightforward push. I mean, you do mess about on the way down, but you know, eventually you do get down to 2082, 51. 40 seconds for a 5 close. If we get a 5 close like this would be nice. Would be the hour flipping. It's whether the hour is gonna really drive. For the forward to close bearish, we need the hour to close that big. Basically, that's what we need in order for the 4 to close bearish. So if we're saying if the hour doesn't close that big, that means the 4 is going to close bullish, but small bullish, but still close bullish. That means you're probably going to get a bottom wick, and then you're going to come and fill the wick on the 4. That means you're going to push higher. So it's really on this hour. And what's going to tell us? Well, the lower time frames are going to tell us. See what this 15 do. If we get a 15-minute close, You've had the bullish close. It's whether you can just pop straight through. The 15s mess about as well, really. We've had a 5 close. We didn't actually close below, did we? Or did we? No. So can the hour close below? But to be honest with you, with this one, you've still got a chance to get out, even if you do go into draw down the 4 close up here, because the 4 tends to respect here and then still come back down. So you've still got another chance to get out, really, if we don't drive through on this one. Because I'm saying we're coming through, but I'm coming off one one area. That's all I'm going off. One. We tend to tap this. You know, I'm not going off 10, 12 times it's done it. I'm going off 1. The other times you just drive straight through. So actually, yeah, technically we're coming off 3. So 100% of the time you push through to 2082. 100% of the time, but it's 100% of 3 times. So it's whether it's gonna do it. Yeah, and then I just chilled out, so it was nice watching the football. I watched the Man United City game. Did you watch it? Did you watch it, Dan?
No.
Made it proper cringes me. I'm seeing on social media, like TalkSport, big and Rashford up saying, I proved all the doubters wrong on that. He scored one. The goal was mint what he scored, right?
Yeah, I saw the goal.
However, he's a professional footballer. He should be banging them in, right? However, everything else he done, mate, was dreadful. Was like he was crap throughout the game. Apart from that, and he's proved all the doubters wrong. I'm like, did you watch the game? Like, it was awful. He was awful.
So biased.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just media, isn't it? Like, they try and get the players' values up. That's what it is. That's what they're doing with. That's what they're doing with Harry Maguire now. They're bigging him up loads to make him look class, so they can sell him and get a decent price.
Well, that's it. I watched a clip. I can't remember if it was like a column or something like that, but just he's Rashford. Like, the guy just like turns, and he pretty much just walks around Rashford.
Yeah.
With the ball, and Rashford just is just walking. Looking at him, just walking.
It's like you just want to be there, doesn't it?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, 300 grand a week, 300 grand a week, and you can't even shuffle on the pitch. Like, come on.
Well, that's it for 300 grand a week. I know that like every 5 minutes or so I'd probably be thrown up, but
Morning, Nate.
Jeez.
Nate got robbed there, Nate. Again, exactly how the rob does Liverpool. Exactly the same. 3 minutes. Oh, what was this? What was it with us? I think it was 3 minutes extra time, was it? And they scored.
No, I think ours was like 10 minutes, and they scored on like the back end of the 8th minute.
Yeah.
9 minutes.
Dirty, man.
Yeah.
Okay, this 5 hasn't closed below, and this 5 closed respecting. This 5's closing bullish, so it's whether. And the 15, is the 15 gonna flip then? How's this 15 gonna close? We need this 15 to close bearish, really. The only other thing I've got going on, really. If this 5 closes bullish, guys, what does that mean? It means nothing, because you can do that. You can just mess about before coming down. I do still think you're gonna have to come down to that, even if you want to drive up. So before this move happened here, back up, you tap this level. I do think you're going to have to tap that before coming back up. But very tricky charts today, really. I was debating whether to not trade today and just let it see how the daily, because I really want the daily to come back down. I want the daily to close back below 2077. That's what I want today, ideally. Yeah, I know the live chat's not shown, mate. It's technology with me. It breaks me. It's just not working. I don't know why it's not working. But thanks for making me aware. I'll try again though. Let's try again. See if it works now. That's warmed up. Come on, that chat. Nah. I don't know why it's not working. But it's Monday and I'm not ready to fiddle about with it. Don't know why it doesn't work. I'm gonna have to Google it, aren't I? If you get a 15 close, again you can just mess about before coming down, but you still should be coming down to that level. It's just whether we come down to that level and drive through, or we come down to that level, and if we close down there, the next 15, actually no, that'll be half past. You've still got two 15-minute candles. We need to close down here really on the 15s, and that'll be the 4 flipping to the downside. That'll be the 4 flipping bearish. We need either a doji or a bearish forward candle. That's what we're after. Okay. If we close anyway bullish, even if it's small bullish, you're probably then going to get a wick fill of the 4 to come back up. So we sort of don't want to be in that then, because you're going to be going into drawdown. Even though stops should be in a decent place, really. Live chat not showing your screen for replay. This would be a nice close on the 15 though, if we can close like this. How did you feel about the game? Did you see that drop ball? Or they definitely won for us out of the league? No, I didn't. What happened with the drop ball, like? Nate's put, did you see that drop ball? Proper out of order. They defo won Forest out the league. Why would they want Forest out the league though? I don't get it.
It was, but basically the rules are...
You there, Dan? Yeah?
You're calling anything sort of back for a foul or an injury or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's the last person to touch the ball outside of the box gets the drop ball. What was in Forest's possession.
And Liverpool got it.
Or it was given to Liverpool.
Is that where they scored from?
It was like 2 minutes later they scored.
No way.
Honor and stuff like
it's
that.
always the same though, isn't it? It's so...
Yeah, it should have been a Forest.
Yeah,
football.
It's always the same in football. If, I don't know, it goes out for a throw and it's definitely yours, but obviously it gets given to the other team, they'll always end up scoring from it. And you'll always remember that. Head injury and we had the ball, they have it back to the keeper and they scored. Oh mate, I'd be fuming. I would be fuming. That's Liverpool all over, mate. They'll just wait till the end and then they'll just pick your pockets. We were fuming in our house. Like me, Emma and Mason were watching it. We were fuming with the Liverpool game. I was raging. Because it was like so many minutes extra time and then it just went over and over and over until they scored, basically.
Yeah. And then the game finished.
It really did. Yeah, it really did feel like it was until Liverpool scored, didn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, we've had a 15-minute close, bearish, which is nice. Getting a top wick now. Can this 15 flip and drive? Oh, we're there. This is a 30. All right, that's nice. We've had another 30-minute close. If we can get a decent top wick. It's too close to entry. I was looking at another entry. Come down, but it's too close. We still haven't closed below this minor support though, but we should still pop anyway. But it's just whether we pull back to 2084. What would that be on the hour? How is this hour going to close? Because that's going to be the 4. We need this 30 to drive, really. Because it's the last 30 of the 4 hour. So we really need this 30 to flip and drive down. If not, if this closes bullish, this 30, that would mean the 1 hour's closing bullish. It means the 4 hours close bullish. That means you're probably going to get a bottom wick anyway to come back up, but it just means you're bullish at that point. You're coming up to fill the ranges. See if this 30 can flip, which is also the 15. Less than 2 minutes to go. We could have cleared it though. To be honest, I watched the highlights. It's like he could have scored quite a few. Really, he's played decent from what I've seen in the highlights. Above it, but it's tight at the bottom of the league. I know it is very tight. It is now. Everton didn't help, did it? Appealing. Didn't help at all. Just can't score. Well, score past us, mate. I remember I said before the game, I said, if I had to pick someone to score for Nottingham Forest, it would be Chris Wood. You know, he's done good for us. And I was like, when I said I don't mind him scoring 1, not fucking 3.
1 if we score 3.
Yeah.
That's fine. Did you say Bruno's no look past Almiron?
Oh mate, it was mint. The 10 before it though.
Ugh.
10 before it, he just he just flicks his head right, doesn't he, and just over the top. Mate, if Almiron should have hit that first time, I would have thought.
You know, I was just about to say the same thing because it was so reminiscent of the Palace goal that he scored.
Beautiful, wasn't
it? And I just thought, why haven't you hit that first time? But yeah. But I mean, how many times over the last few games have we seen them try to do these types of plays again? Just overhit it, or it doesn't go anywhere near our player. Just that game for me was brilliant. Or on fire.
Do you know what? I was watching City. Have you seen how City play? Like, they literally, City hold the ball, and they literally try and walk it through you.
Yeah.
So I was watching how they play. They're just like they're passing amongst themselves, but they're moving slowly, like walking pace, just passing it round you to keep the ball. And now and again they'll do a big switch to the opposite side, so they'll suck the team in one side, and then big switch to the other. But the whole time they want you proper in your box, so they just play little triangles around you. It was like just mad how calm and that with the way.
Because the confidence in the players got the quality to do it. No, it's difficult to play against. And you know, even like Rashford scoring that goal, like, you knew that wasn't going to be the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, City will definitely come back and score.
Yeah, that's right. Did you see my emojis in the WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Oh, it was class. Well, yeah, I knew they were coming back, like, but Man U, the way they play Man U at the minute, it's just nobody knows what style they play. Nobody knows what formation they play, or
I don't understand how they are grinding out results.
I know
Yet to
still.
win.
But they say that though, don't they? If you can get wins still by playing bad, you know, then you're doing all right, because once you start improving, you should start smashing it.
Try a little, but
Is this the 15 flipping here, guys? Is this the 15 flipping? So when we close around these areas, if you look at this one, here, come left, we're looking at this. Then we had a bullish 15 close, so this could be bullish. Then we had a 15 bearish, and we didn't actually get down to our range until we decided that we need to come back up. So it could just mess about in the next couple of 15s, and then one pop down to then come back up. But I really did want the hour to drive down, really, but it doesn't look like it's doing it. Oh, good. Great passing the fan space all the time. Rashford doesn't tackle, just hangs around the box. I know he's dreadful. He's absolutely dreadful. It's criminal that he's on that much money and he's still allowed to put the shirt on. I didn't think he was going to start, to be honest with you. The thing with Rashford as well, if he loses the ball, that's it. He just like gives up. He just thinks, I'm a winger. If I lose the ball, you know, the defenders will get the ball back for me. I just need to keep attacking, keep attacking. We just need to do that.
And then you look at someone like Anthony Gordon. You see when he give away the ball.
Yeah, like proper smashed his back, didn't he? Mate, if he's not in the England squad, if he doesn't make it in the England squad and Rashford does, I sort of want that to happen, because I need, what it is, I don't want England to go through the group stages, because I think that's the only way you're going to sack Gareth Southgate. And what it is, we're just wasting time with the players we've got, because we have got a well-beaten team with the players we've got.
Yeah.
But I think we'll never win something with Gareth Southgate. I think we're just wasting our time, and then players are getting older, so we need to get rid of them quick, get someone else in who can use their youth for them players to win something.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to sacrifice this tournament, not go through the group stages, just so he gets sacked. I was like that in the last tournament, but oh, look, there's 15 now. Where are we going? Where are we going? So what's this? Hour. 21 minutes left to this hour. What's this hour going to do? The only way we manage risk, guys, really, is if the hour closes back above, but we know the 4 can come all the way back up to and close 2088. I probably will look for a second entry at 2087. Or 2090 for a second entry to come back down. Okay. If that does happen. So we said with this, Dan, like, it's not the perfect of entries, but price can either drive straight through, or we're going to come back up for the 4 to close, respecting, and if the 4 closes respecting, then you tend to tap 2090, then you come down. So either way, now, if price comes up this high, I don't have a clue where it's going. I don't want to be in the trade. So that's why stops are there. But I mean, we could just keep pushing bullish on the gold. I don't know what's happening.
Well, this is it. I think if it breaks, go anywhere, couldn't it? Really?
Yeah.
21, 20.
Needs to calm its tits, doesn't it? You tell it.
It certainly does.
Calm its tits. Rashford don't tackle. He won't chase the ball if he loses it. Stands there. No, we don't need Rashford in England's squad. No, we don't. We definitely do not.
Like I say, you can pull out a Wilby goal every now and again. You can't rely on that.
No.
When the rest of his game is just decreasing as he goes along. You know, I would be ashamed, really.
Do you think it's an attitude? Well, do you think it's like well, why do you think these young players, English players, do this? Do you think it's because they get bigged up too early? They have one good season, they big them up because they're English to get the value up of them, and then I think that just goes to the head, like Jesse Lingard and that one good season. Who was the other one? Dele Alli, one good season.
Yeah.
Like.
This is it. You know.
Harry Maguire.
I don't know whether it's just, you know, you keep getting picked even when you're not performing. Does it give you this confidence that isn't actually real?
Do you think no one's telling them, look, mate, you played shit there? Do you think there's someone who goes, you were shit, you were shit, you were good? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or do you think they're always just like, oh, we've got to keep the confidence up? Look, you did all right. Yeah, don't worry. We'll go. Next game, you'll be better.
Yeah.
Like, get a grip. He's on 300 grand a week. Fucking fling him round the dressing room.
Well,
I mean, fling him round the dressing room.
You know, if pay to play was a thing that we've discussed.
Yeah.
You know, he should be docked money for those kinds of performances, because that's just...
The way I think football wages should be done is, I think, would benefit everyone apart from the players.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic system. You know what? It would probably benefit the players as well, because it'd make them... It'd get the best out of them. Possibly can.
Yeah.
Look at this 4 now, guys. Look, we did say this could happen. Okay, so if you're in the trade, I did explain it all. The 4 can close respecting. If the 4 closes bullish, right, I'll probably look at 2090 for a second entry, but the 4 has to close respecting 2088, right? Has to close respecting 2088. Or even 2087. You might not even get up that high, really. You might only come to 2088. Could we take a wing back south in 2088? It's going to be interesting how this 4 closes, really. Now, if the 4 closes respecting, it's a good sign to come back down. But I would like another entry if possible. Higher up. Very bullish, man. I don't like it. Don't like it.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. I was watching it and I was thinking, like, yeah, we'll get a sell on, and then 3 o'clock just just skyrocket.
If you watch back the stream, right, we were after we nearly got a sell on from this 15. So I needed this 15 to close below 2085 and then a pullback. We were going to sell down, because if you look, where's that? This 1 hour had no bottom wick. Yeah. So that was the advantage point. You were going to have to come back down to that 1 hour to create a bottom wick before deciding what you're doing, and it's done it. But then we had an hour close, so we had an hour fake out from here back into the range. Now, are we going to get a fake out back above on the hour to come back higher up? Don't know, we've got to see. We just need this hour to close respecting here, then we should still be coming down to fill the range at 2080. But I did explain that we could come back up because the 4 could close bullish. So we'll see how we get on, guys. We'll see how we get on. Oh, what's that there? 15's closed back above. It's a big push in 15, that man, isn't it?
Yeah, and no bottom wick as well, isn't it? So
this is the last 15 of the 4. So is the 4 going to start pulling back to close respecting, or are we going to get another push for 10 minutes and then close? Interesting. Interesting. That is all we've got to go off. This. I take it the 4's not going to flip then. Does not like the 4's going to flip because the 15's closed out. That means the 4's going to close bullish. Can we get a bottom wick on the 4? Or are we going to get a top wick first with no bottom wick, tap 2090 to then flip to come back down and get something like that? That would be nice. So if this 4 can close respecting, then we could potentially get some wingback sells on either at 2087 or we can't take this one. That'd probably be 2090 if 4-8 really, but the 4 would have to close respecting, because if the 4 closes above here, it means we could spend another 4 hours coming up. And that means you're going to have to wait for another 4 hours before then you get this. But it's all on this hour really, because if the hour closes respecting here, the new hour then should come back down. You're probably going to get a doji candle, then a new hour coming down. So we're still looking good. But let's see how this hour is going to close. Did you hear the story, Dan, about artificial intelligence, how it deceived humans?
No.
I seen it on the Joe Rogan podcast the other day, and I was like, what? Basically, there was guys explaining. Now, I didn't watch the full podcast because I was a bit busy. So they done tests on AI, right? And the AI, they tasked the AI to do something. And one of the tasks was, you know, when you sort of go onto a website or something, or you put your details in and it goes, are you a human?
Yeah.
You sometimes you've got the pictures of pick all the buses or all the motorbikes, yeah? And then, so the AI done that, and then asked the question, are you a robot? And you'd think the AI would go yes. But what it done is, because the AI got tasked by humans to complete this form and obviously get onto the website or whatever, the AIs then took it upon itself to go, okay, well I won't be able to complete my task unless I lie to it. So the AI basically lies to it and says it's not a robot, yeah, even though it knows it is, because it wanted to complete the task.
Yeah,
so,
I have seen that.
So AI's taken it upon itself to lie and deceive things. That is the start of it, mate. That is the start. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I've seen, what was it? It was somebody talking about the capabilities of AI, and what they did was, they had like people in a room, and they asked it to find a way to see if it could detect those people in a room.
Yeah.
what it did was it basically it went through the router, the internet,
Yeah.
and used the Wi-Fi signal, because the Wi-Fi sends bursts out into the room
Yeah.
and then like comes back. So it basically it used the interference in the Wi-Fi signal when the Wi-Fi hit a organic body in the room
That's mad.
to then basically map out the room
That is
and
mad.
detect where people are in the room,
Mate.
which is
Scary, that, mate.
yeah, it's insane if you think about sort of the applications that could be used for.
Yeah.
It is very scary, but yeah, I don't think it would be too difficult for AI to trick humans.
Because if you think about it, I mean, we would put in safety buttons, if you like. Let's say the computer has a button which says stop and it shuts the AI down.
Yeah.
AI could then learn how to counteract that, because the
Yes.
AI knows everything. Like, everything. Because it just gets all the information. It's the expert in a field of whatever you choose it to be. And that means you just can't turn them off. Like, it's just scary as out. Morning, Sharif. Morning, mate. Very scary. What's this 15 doing now? 8 minutes left for the hour. The 15 did close above. So how's this 15? Is this going to close nest play? Now, if you think about it, this actually didn't break any highs, so I do feel we might have to break the highs, because where's the money? It's here. Which we did explain this morning. So nobody should be shocked that we're going into drawdown, because we knew it was either going to drive through with a forward flip, or the forward's going to close bullish, come up, and then come back down. Okay. But it's all on this hour, really. We need this hour to close respecting 2085. And that would be nice for us. It's whether we can pop back up 2090. That would be nice if the hour can close respecting. And then maybe a doji, then we pop up. If you don't like the trade though, guys, the new hour should come back down to at least break even. Or the 4 should do that. Come back to break even if it wants to flip up. But it's whether it pushes up first, this is the thing. Was that something he said about Liverpool or Man U or something there, Sharif? Or Forest even? Sharif's a Liverpool fan.
Ooh.
Yeah. He'll be over the moon. How is this 4 going to close? 6 minutes for a forward close. Is this 5 and 15 going to flip to the upside and close 2088? Is the new 4 going to open up, break the highs, to then flip back down? Is that what's going to happen? Or are we just going to reject from these levels? Here. Even if the 4 breaks above, really, we should get a pullback to then flip. It's whether it does it first or whether it does it after. I'm just thinking if this 15 closes like this. This 15 closes back in, that's the forward close. I can't really take that. It's tapped this first wing back area, which we didn't take. Because we don't know how far this 4 is going to pull back. But a 15 close below would be nice. That would probably help the 4 coming back for a pullback first. That would make sense for a pullback. Five minutes left for a forward close, guys. Because we don't know if it's this now. So yes, we didn't tap this area here and then we came back up. But is that the reason because we're actually heading that way to come past? Is that why we haven't done it? So we've stopped short and then we've done this to grab the liquidity to push past. So could we see price pushing down to 2080? I would think so. The 4 could actually pull back to that even if you close bullish on the 4. But I think you can actually close 2082, yeah. So we could actually push all the way down to, oh, that's our target, yeah, 2082. We've had 2 5-minute bearish closes. Back into the range, but it's quite a minging range, really. If the 15 close respecting, it means the 4's probably gonna push up first. Need the hour closing below there, really, if possible. Mm. 3 minutes for a close. Yeah. 2 minutes left, guys. Okay. So, 4 hour closure. How is the 4 closed? The 4 has closed above 2085, which now it's got a range to fill at 2088, but are we going to get a bottom wick first? Are we going to get a wick fill? It doesn't really tell us much, because this could still just be respecting the support, because we haven't got much data to go off. So if the 4 hour can push up with no, if we push through, I don't know whether we're going to break the highs. Doesn't really help us that. But the 1 hour has closed respecting, which is probably the only thing we can take from it. So we're still respecting 2085 at the moment, right? So if we can get a bearish close, either doji, next hour push down, pushes through, or even if this hour can push straight through, that would be the 4 hour bottom wick. But we've got to understand we are bullish on the 4, and we have broke above a minor range. So it's, what do we do from here? Well, we're still respecting this area, 2085. I think the way we manage risk is if we get an hour close above 2085, that's when we look to get out. But I don't even think I would get out then. I'd only get out if we closed above 2088, because this is a 4 hour range here, 2088. It's quite a strong area where we respect this area, and this is where we come down from. But I'm just hoping that this is this. So we've just got to wait out here. I am looking at another entry, but it's whether it's going to be from 2087 or whether it's from 2090. I just don't know whether I like it if it's breaking the highs at 2090 now, because the 4 was bullish. With the previous 4 being so low, yes, we could have looked at this 2090, but because the 4 was here, if we push past this wick, how far are we going to go? Don't know. Don't know. If this forward closed respecting here, then yeah, we would be copying this. Then we pop up. That was news that wick, if you're looking at that. Yes, we could pop up. Now, is the 4 going to tap 2087? Could we take wing back sell from 2087? If we pop up with no bottom wick, potentially yes, we could take a wing back from 2087. Because the 1 hour. What's this 2? Okay, so we do need it with. Okay, the 2 sort of closed back in. That's nice. So yeah, we could potentially take wing back sell from 2087 if we get up there. The 2 hours closed back into the range. Just. So this 2 hours should have a top wick, and then is likely to flip to the downside to get a wick fill on this 2 hour. Yeah. So if we can get up to 2087, is that where it's going to go though? 2087. Yeah, they do tend to be at 2087. Could look at another entry, 2087, but I don't know whether we might just come straight back down here, because we should get a wick fill from here with a 1 hour, 30, 15. Ooh, 15 close back into the range. Nice. So that means this wing back is probably going to play out here. Is this wing back going to play out? It's tough because the 4 is bullish. We could have got in now really, but I can't because the 4 is bullish. Because we're likely going to have to come and fill 15, 30. There, he's got no bottom wick. Didn't actually break any lows. Can we push up? If we can come and test this previous wick, we can get a sell stop underneath this hour. Okay? But we've got to come and tap without a bottom wick Probably that. So if we can come and tap there, that's testing the previous wick. We can get a sell stop underneath this hour for this hour to flip. For the 30 to create a steeper bottom wick to come down bottom wick for this. Do we need that bottom wick though? 15's got no bottom wick. We haven't broke any lows, so I would imagine you're probably going to have to. Okay. Do you know what? That'll probably do. There's 15 flips now. Yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to get a sell stop underneath this 15 for a second entry. So I've got a sell stop, but it's got to get activated on this 15, right? Stops are the same. So this 15 has to get activated, that's the key. Partial move to break even could be the entry of the previous one, so it would be 2083.77 and TP is 2056.76. So this can 2085.10, 92, that's 83.77. Okay, so I've got another sell stop here. See if we can get activated. It's got to get activated on this 15 though, right? This 15's closed back into the range. Therefore, this 15's got a top wick. It should flip to the downside and come to fill the range, which would be a 30 steeper bottom wick coming down to create a bottom wick for this 30. That's our advantage point. The hour's closed respecting still, so we're hoping that we can flip and this hour's going to close bearish. The 2 is brought back into the range, so we're hoping that the 2 can come and give us a wick fill. Okay, let's see what happens. Been activated? Not yet. This is 15 gonna flip. Okay, I'm in for sells on this. I've been activated. We've got a second entry. Now, what you can do if you like, you could just take the profit from here to here and close both out of full if you wanted to. Right, that's if you wanted to. It's up to you what you do. All I know is I've got a second entry on, and we should be pulling down to create a bottom wick for this 30 anyway. So let's see what happens. See what happens. Because we're probably looking at this now. So, because this is the only thing I've got to go off. We tapped this area. We tapped this area. We're coming down. We've sort of tapped these areas, and then we've done this pullback. Tap these areas. Then we've done this pullback, and then we come through 2082. So now we should come through to 2082. But I'm thinking because we didn't tap it here, I'm hoping we can come straight through. Okay, that's what we're trying to get. Which would be the 2 hour wick from. And there's 15 drive. Now what you can do as well, take partial from the second trade and close the first trade out full at break even, and then you've still got partials left on the second trade. You're in a better entry for it. It takes the risk off the table. Can we get down to a zone? So the fives can power down. Three minutes for 15 close. So what are you doing for the rest of the day, Dan?
Not sure yet. I've got to try and get to see the district nurse.
Oh, for your back.
Hospital. I have been up to the hospital this morning, and they wouldn't pack it.
Yeah. Why?
Saying that they don't do that anymore. So they're in transition. So they've basically removed the packing from the wound and then put a dressing over the top of it. So I'm not sure why. Just a whole load of nonsense. I've rang the district nurse, but no one's answering. So hopefully I'll get it.
Anything like nurses, doctors, it's so hard to get like an appointment and that, innit?
Well, it's madness because it's just the walking up in Hexham.
Yeah.
And I went on Saturday, and they packed it and dressed it. Absolutely fine, no questions asked or anything like that. Just did it.
Yeah.
Even because she opened a new, like, kind of this packing stuff for the wound. So said like, oh, pop it in a bag, take it with you, bring it back on Monday, and we'll just reuse the same stuff rather than throw it in the bin. So I took it up, and she was just like, oh, we don't do that anymore. It's just like, really? Because 2 days ago, I had it done. So,
weird,
just madness.
It's like who you get, isn't it? That's what it is.
I think that's it. That's it. So, but yeah. So she was just like, oh, well, if you can't get the district nurse, just come back here. It's like, for what? For what? You've done half a job this morning. So
you've done half a job this morning. You've done half a
job this morning. Just left it. She's removed the packing, so there's nothing to like soak up any blood or anything like that. So chances are it's just going to continuously bleed today. So, but it is what it is.
Could you? So you can't actually reach it.
No, it's underneath my shoulder on the left-hand side. So
in the worst place ever.
Yeah. But it still bleeds. So I mean, it was only done on Monday last week. So it's getting better though.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt as much now. So, and I think she said that it's only like a centimetre deep or something like that. Or they just pack it and it heals from the bottom up. So they just keep packing it until they can't pack it anymore, and then it'll just be addressing. But
Nice 5.
like I said, she could have just left it and said we can't pack it again. We'll just change the dressing.
Yeah.
And you know, try and get a district nurse to put new packing in it, but no.
Okay, guys, we had a lovely 5-minute close there. Alright, you should all be in profit now. I'm just thinking though, if it's coming down like this, I think we're going to push straight past. Come straight through. So it's up to you whether you close this one out at break even. Don't take any partial, but go risk free to try and get down to. It's up to you. But if you don't like the trade, now is the time to get out. You break even. You've actually got profit. I think this 5 should power through. Really, I'm looking at this. This is what I'm looking at. This. Actually, do you have to go and get it? Oh, Winston. Because at any point really this could flip, because these ranges, yes, you know, we've identified some ranges, but are the proper ranges? Because we haven't got much data. So this 30 could flip at any point. The 2 is already coming to fill the wick. That's what we're trying to go off, whether this 2 is going to carry on. Now, what you could do, you could go risk-free on this second trade, which I'm going to do. So I'm risk-free on this second trade, because if it comes back up, it's likely going to flip back up. And this 5. Why is me? All my candles are tiny, Oh, the 5 minutes got no bottom way. So you could go risk free if you want to go risk free. Might get stopped either. So let's see if this 5 can flip. I need this 5 to flip. See if we can drive down. Go on, the 5. 15 had no bottom wick either, did it? Here's the 15 gonna flip. So the 15 closed back in, but you've got no bottom wick on the 15, so we really need to see this 15 flip back to the downside if it's gonna do it. We need to break through this now, because we don't know if this is just a pullback to come back up. Come on, the 5. Get down. I'm still in this guy. My stops are still in the same area, by the way. You could go risk-free. But I'm going off the 2, if the 2 can stay bearish, really. We need a 15 close bearish, which we've got, but no bottom wick. We know this 5, what can this 5 do? So the 5 broke below this minor support, so the 5 should be coming to fill the range. At 2083 technically, so it might be the next 5 what does it. So if this 5 can stay below this, that'd be nice. Next 5 should push further down. What is this little area though? Oh, come on, come on. Because is this the 15 flipping? Sorry, the 30 flipping to the upside, which we don't want. See what this 5 does. I don't like that 5 close back in, guys, because that's could be the 30 starting to flip. So if this 5 can come down, oh, come on. I mean, there is minor supports here, but we need to pull back to these. With a flip off the 30. Yeah, I've looked at the monthly, mate. If you rewind back YouTube, you'll see what I've done with the monthly. So the monthly is bullish, but it still hasn't broke out. So it's bullish, but it still hasn't broke above 2063. So I don't actually know how high this monthly is going to go. This is why it's very difficult. And what I said this morning at the start of the stream is these trades, what we're taking now, are a lot more riskier because I haven't got much data to go off. I'm only going off this here. So I don't know what this monthly is going to do. Is this monthly going to pull back close respecting? Is it going to flip to come and fill the rest of the range? We don't actually know what it's going to do. The daily as well. I'm basically going off that the daily needs a steeper bottom wick to 2077, but to be honest, I was debating on whether to not trade today because I want to see what this daily does. I ideally want this daily to close below 2077, and that'd be a lot easier for the rest of the week because we should be coming down to fill the ranges at 2039. But whether it's going to do that, we know price can push all the way back up to 2090 before coming down off the 4 hour. We know that's what can happen. Which, if this 15 closes above here, then that's probably the 4 pushing. It means we have to wait for the 4 to do it. This 5's got no bottom wick, man. There's a minor support here at 2084, so we can close respecting that and then start coming back down. Do that. If the 15 closes above and we get a pullback, I might look to get out of this second trade because then we'd be taking second entries either at 2087 or 2090. But it's on this 15 really. No bottom wick on that 15. How come I didn't see that? That's 30 now. We just need a 30-minute bearish close. If we get a 30-minute bearish close, fantastic. Because then you're going to get a bearish wick fill. At least you're going to get a wick fill. You should break the lows as well. So we really need a bearish close. So we don't want the 15 closing above 2085. Right, while we wait, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. But 30-minute bearish close is what we want. Okay? Anybody want a brew? No? Okay. I'll just make myself one there. looking. Ooh, we're back down. We're back down. What is that then? What's happening? One sugar, please, James. Yes. Lovely candle. Okay, 30 close. That means the 15. Is the 15 going to flip and drive, or is it going to close bullish? Nice rejection from 2085 though. Can this 15 flip and drive? Which the 30 is going to close in 2 minutes. What is the 30 going to do? Is this just a pullback for the hour to flip up? Oh, it's teasing us here, guys. Because you're either going to get a 15-minute wick fill, or are you going to get a 15-minute wick fill? Or is the 30? Because the 30 is bearish. Are you going to come through with the new 30? It's proper teasing us. I'd really want this 15 to flip bearish if possible, or close. Because are we going to break the lows? We'd need the 5 to close back below here. That would be fantastic if the 5 can close like that. Come on, the 5! Get down! What's this music? Okay, the new 30 is going to be happening very shortly, so whether the 30 is going to push back up. If we break the lows on the 5, really, we should be coming through. Especially if we get a 15 bearish close like this is fantastic. So whether the new 30 is going to open up and just push, power down. Now that we've done that top wick, we've now got enough liquidity to now come straight through the zone. So I haven't closed any out yet. Can we come straight through? This is a lovely close, guys. Lovely. 7 seconds for a 15 close. So again, if you don't like it, get out now. You've got loads of profit there if you can get that. I do believe we're probably going to come straight through. It's new 30. The 30s broke the lows as well. So I haven't done anything yet because the 30 should just come straight through here. New 30, which would be the hour, driving straight down. Can the hour push past the wick? Okay guys, stand by. Okay. Oh shit. Okay guys, I am out. I'm done. I've closed full. We've hit our target. Close full. There's the trade. Lovely. All happy. Took a while, messed about a bit. A riskier trade though, but unfortunately, that's what it's going to have to be like for the next couple of... If we can get that daily close below, it should be fairly straightforward, right? Should be fairly straightforward. 2 seconds, we'll go over that again. Dirty. Yeah, so basically what we want to see off the daily now is the daily closing below, because if I get rid of this, guys, if you grab some trade, you got some profit, drop us a like and subscribe to the channel, please. I've got 1 like, which is out of 2 fantastic trades there. So if all we want is, this is the range 2077.31 on the daily, all we want to see is a daily close back below there. Now I do believe price is going to have to come and fill these areas if it wants to carry on driving up, because you've got fair value gaps and all sorts here, right? So I do believe you're going to have to come and fill these ranges before driving up. And if we get a daily close below 2077.44, it should be fairly straightforward, because we should get something like, if we get that, okay, close in. The next range on the daily really is, I mean, your first sign of support is here at 2041. So therefore, what you should do is, we should get something like this coming down for the first week of the month, something like that, coming straight down, fairly clean range coming down. Okay. So yeah, that's what I really want to see. Now, if you're still in this trade and you've took partial, yeah, you could start coming down now. Your target should be 2077. You could actually get all the way down there with flyers, really. But just be mindful that around the 2077 area, you could reject. So the daily could come down, because that's the daily tapping previous support. So that means you could get something like this. Tap and then flip. Or you could get a nest play. So what I'm saying is, knowing that, then this has to be your target for today. Carrying on sells below here will be tricky, because price might just tap it and then reject. Okay. So just be aware, taking sells below that if you do have flyers on this. But I mean, not too bad really. Let's get these on the logbook here. 15's got no top worked. It's tapped our zone perfectly. Love that little tap and rejection. Everything's really nice with it. Let's get this on the logbook. What did we get? So this was 2 trades, wasn't it? Second entry. So the first one was a 1 hour breakout. What time was that? That was 9:10. That was 5:18, and that was 10 pips. Second trade was for 23 pips. That's nice, 23 pips. So we're up 33 pips. What time was that? 10:10. What was that for? 1, 3, 8, 6. And this was a... What was this again? Why did we enter this second trade? It was because the 15 had closed back in. So we had a fake out on the 15. It was just a flip. A 15-minute flip. It was a 15-minute flip. But the 2 hour, it had a fake out and broke back in. Broke back in. Oh, do this after. Okay. Lovely jubbly. So that is actually, do we class that as 2 wins then for the stream? I would say that's 2. If we close one out at break even, that'd be classed as break even, but 36, 37, 38. So 38 wins on stream, 4 break evens, and 3 losses. That's what we're up. That's what we've got. Cheers, Kyra.
Fantastic results.
Yeah. Anybody still in this? Anybody in the chat on YouTube still in it? Because you should have flyers. You shouldn't have come back to break even on either of them yet. No. Let's see what this 15 does. Because if you get 15 below here, not that I'll be taking it, but it should be a straightforward push. Easy. It's quite a clean range. Oh yeah. This is going to bomb it down here. I can see it. It waits for us to get out, doesn't it, Dan? Did you get in any of them, Dan?
No, I didn't get in.
No.
Nah.
No worries, mate. You're still learning though, aren't you? You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. I just thought I'd watch today. And get something tomorrow.
Yeah. TP1 hit. Right then, I might as well call it. Good guys, any questions before I go? I'm probably just going to call it. Like I said, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, jump into our Discord. And then I'll be back. I'm on all week this week really, so I'll be back on tomorrow and see how this daily candle. So we need to keep an eye on the daily. We need the daily to close back below, and it should be fairly straightforward from there. Alright, but other than that guys, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a bell that day, mate.
See you later, everyone.
See you later, man.
Bye now.